Crystal Beaudry here with Crystal's Clean Kitchen, where we help make clean eating a lifestyle. So in today's episode, we're going to be making some Buffalo Cauliflower Bites. Now, whenever I go to a restaurant, I love getting this as an appetizer. This recipe is so much better because it's made with low-carb ingredients. It's not gonna derail any of your goal settings that you made for your journey this year. You guys, you're going to love this recipe. And not only that, it is super easy to do. So if you are having a Super Bowl party or any kind of game night, this is a perfect appetizer that you can make. Now, we are also doing a huge series all about appetizers right now. So make sure to go check some of the other ones that we've done because you're not going to want to miss any of them. Thank you so much for watching. Now, before we get into it, would you do me a huge favor and hit that like button? Here is everything that you are going to need. So we are going to be starting with 1 head of some cauliflower. Then we'll be doing about 1 cup of some pork rinds. Now I made sure to grab some that was just had a little sea salt in it, but it's not any actual flavor. We'll be seasoning that with some Celtic sea salt and some black pepper. We'll need probably 3 or 4 eggs. And then for your buffalo sauce, you can choose any kind of clean buffalo sauce that you prefer. Both of these brands I love. They have really good ingredients in them, just slightly different flavor. So either one of those is a good bet. All right, I just washed my cauliflower. And I also just made sure that there was no yucky little spots on it. Sometimes if you let it sit in the fridge for too long, it can get some spots on there. I'm gonna be cutting out the middle. And then I'm going to be portioning this into bite-sized pieces that will taste good for any meal that you have. So just break it open, kind of start to separate this. Now we are going to prep this and then we're going to be putting it in the oven at 400 degrees to kind of cook it a little bit before we do anything else. You can make this really any size that you prefer. So I don't like super big chunks, so I'm going to try to do it as small as I can without getting rid of the integrity of the piece. So that looks to be perfect to me. But if it gets to be too big of a piece like that, I'm going to be cutting it in half because I, again, am trying to stick with those bite-sized pieces. Also going to be showing you 2 different ways that you can do this. So depending upon how much time that you have and how many of the ingredients you have on hand, you can determine which way or which method you would prefer to do. All right, I have portioned all of these out. I'm going to just be putting it on my baking sheet now. Now this just took like, what, a minute or 2. Here it is. I'm going to be putting this in the oven at 400 degrees and I'm going to check it after 10 minutes. I took these out of the oven maybe 5 minutes ago and I'm just letting them cool back down. They are not completely soft all the way through, which is what you want. Before we bread them then, we're going to just let it cool down completely so that it's not super hard to work with it. All right, I have my pork rinds. That's a lot. Okay, I'm not going to measure it because, you know, I don't do that. And then we're just going to blend this into a powder. Here we go. Perfect. All right, so I'm getting everything ready. Before I started eating low carb, I have never tried doing the pork rinds as like breadcrumb substitute. And I was super surprised when I was trying it for the first time, how much it tasted just like a panko breadcrumb. So remember I said that we were gonna do this 2 different ways. Now, I decided to do all of them with the breadcrumbs, but I will still tell you the other way to do it. If you are wanting to skip the pork rinds crust and the egg wash, all you have to do is you're going to toss this in some avocado oil and put your spices on there and then just bake it maybe 20 minutes. And then we're going to be tossing it in some buffalo sauce and voila, you have it. But I'm going to try it all with the coating on here because I love how these pork rinds taste on it. It just is so good. I'm going to just put my salt in there, a little onion powder. You could also put your pepper and whatever else you want. If you wanted some Italian seasoning, anything would taste really good in here. Mix it up and we will keep covering these. I'm going to start doing more pieces at once to have this go a little bit faster. Whenever I am out with my friends, I have a friend named April who absolutely loves getting this every single time we go out, and they're always so good. So I am glad that I'm doing this at home for our appetizers. And then I also had a subscriber actually request to have me make this, which is so fun. I love taking requests. All right, here it is. I have done all of the breading on all of them. Now again, like I said, if you want to skip the pork rinds portion of it, all you're going to do is toss it with some oil and put your seasonings on it and bake it another 10 minutes. Now, I have covered all these, so I'm going to be baking them again at 400 degrees for another 10 minutes. Just pulled these out of the oven. They are looking really, really good. Now you want to wait till they have like some golden on them. These are looking beautiful. I'm going to let it cool down for a couple of minutes before I toss it in my sauce. Then we will be taking our pieces, putting them in a bowl, and then we're going to be tossing them with our buffalo sauce. Now, funny story, I was opening the other jar of buffalo sauce, trying to get the plastic wrap off, and I was using a knife to do it, and the whole thing I just broke the whole glass piece at the top. I was like, well, that's unfortunate. Apparently I don't know my own strength. All right, then you just want to drizzle however much you want on here and give it a light toss. You can use whatever amount you want. This looks awesome. All right, here it is. Now Hannah just got home for a taste test. Good timing, girl. Now, I love this appetizer also because it's completely gluten-free and dairy-free, which that's what Hannah is right now, gluten-free and dairy-free. And so you can have this. This is kind of good, right? Okay, let's do this. Also, I just want to let you know, when I was doing the pork rinds, I used probably about 2.5 cups instead of just 1 cup. If I had only been doing half of the head of cauliflower like I originally wanted to, then it would have been less. But I decided to just do all of it. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, this is good. I wish I had ranch. Ranch would be perfect with this, right? Okay, it's not soggy, so you don't want to overcook this. You want it to still be a little crunchy. Obviously not like super crunchy, but this is so good. And it was just a couple of minutes to make. Did not take very long. What do you think, girl?
Good.
You like it?
Yeah.
Is this a good snack?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Well, there you have it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget, check out some of the other videos that I did, the appetizer recipes. You're not going to want to miss any of them. We'll see you next time.
Bye.